husband's family completely ignored my baking for years because his sister-in-law was supposedly the real baker. I've been dealing with this for years now. My husband Pete comes from a family where all the women bake, and I'm a baker myself. I used to sell out of my house but stopped because I prefer keeping it as a hobby. But here's the thing. Pete's sister-in-law Kay is the one everyone worships. She's known for her cupcakes and cake pops. When I first met the family, that's literally the first thing I learned about. Everyone constantly talked about Kay's baking. Even when Pete would mention how amazing my treats were, they'd always say, well, Kay sells hers and they're popular, so they must be better. Every single family gathering, they'd ask me to bring something, and then it would sit there completely untouched. They actually told me to my face, these aren't Kay's. The worst part? Kay specializes in basic baking while I do professionally decorated cakes. But Kay always says that overly decorated cakes are just compensating for bad taste. And of course, Pete's entire family agrees with her. She'd even try to teach me techniques that I already knew or were completely wrong. So Memorial Day weekend, we had a family barbecue. Kay posted on Instagram the night before showing off these cake pops she was making. Specific flavors, specific design. That's when I got an idea. Maybe not my proudest moment, but I was so tired of being treated like the family outcast. I made the exact same cake pops. Same flavors, same design, everything identical. We get to the barbecue and everyone asks where my treats are. I tell them they're in the car and I'll grab them in a minute. I waited until everyone went outside. Then I brought mine in and placed them right next to Kay's on the table. After dinner, I'm watching the family grab desserts. They're eating my cake pops and completely ignoring Kay's. Kay doesn't notice at first, but then she asks if people aren't feeling cake pops today. They tell her, oh no, we just ate them. They were the best you've ever made. What did you do different this time? Pete's mom even says, they looked so much better in person than in your Instagram picture. Kay gets this confused look and says, but mine are still sitting right there on the table. That's when I speak up. Oh, I brought those ones you ate. Glad you enjoyed them. The silence was deafening. Kay's husband immediately says he hasn't had one yet, which was a complete lie because I watched him eat too. Everyone else just mumbles, yeah, they were okay, trying to backtrack. Kay didn't say another word for the rest of the night. Pete thought it was hilarious once I told him what I'd done. But yesterday, Kay's husband calls and says what I did was mean, and I'm just jealous because Kay is a better baker. But Pete fired back and said it's ridiculous that his family, including Kay, constantly puts down my baking when they refuse to even try it, all because I'm not Kay. The look on their faces when they realized they'd been raving about my cake pops after years of dismissing everything I made was absolutely priceless.